Nora was only 6 when her whole world changed. That rainy Thursday morning, she watched her mother zip her last bag and ignore every cry. "Mommy, please don't leave us, Mommy, please." Broken heart, Chaik stood beside the broken window, soaked in rainwater leaking from the roof. He dropped to his knees, tears already running. "Ada, if not for me, at least for Nora, please don't go. I'll make things better. Please." But her eyes were already fixed on the SUV waiting outside. Clean, tinted, expensive. She looked at them one last time, emotionless. Then stepped over her daughter's tiny arms and left. The rain didn't stop for hours that day. But even if it did, it wouldn't wash away what she left behind. Chaik was jobless, retrenched months ago from the bakery after a fire outbreak. His back still hurt from the fall, but he had to move. He began waking by 4 a.m. to carry cement blocks for roadside masons. Later in the afternoon, he would walk around town selling cold sachet water. Once wore tie and shirt, now he's hawking like a boy. Every evening, he'd come home with N200, sometimes less. But somehow, he still managed to cook pap and buy a kara for Nora. "Daddy, will Mummy come back one day? Eat your food, my love. When you grow up, you'll understand." Months turned into years. Nora grew. So did the burden. Chaik started having chest pains, but never stopped working. One night, he fainted in the market. People thought he was dead. "Ene that man we day hawk plantin'. He just collapse oh." Nora was only 9 when she rushed to the hospital, barefoot, crying. "Please save my daddy. He's all I have," loudly crying. That night, the nurse gave her hot rice and said, "He's a fighter, but he needs rest now." They stayed in a small clinic room for 2 weeks. Nora read by candlelight every day, sitting by her father's bed. When Chaik recovered, he promised one thing. "My daughter will never suffer like I did." He borrowed egg from a distant cousin and started frying puff puff in a borrowed wok by the roadside. At first, nobody bought. But one day, a school teacher tasted it and asked, "Who made this?" "You made this?" "I run a school nearby. We need snacks for our kids. Come tomorrow." That one deal changed everything. Chaik registered a food name, made aprons for street sellers, and trained 5 boys. They called it Chaik's Honest Bites. And it grew, slow, but steady. Meanwhile, Nora worked harder than anyone in her class. First in math. First in science. First in conduct. At 14, she won a state scholarship. At 16, she was in Abuja representing Enugu in a national Olympiad. And guess who was there to cheer her? Chaik, suit too big, shoes dusty, but his eyes bright with pride. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Nora Chaik, the daughter of a roadside vendor, and the future of Nigeria. The world clapped. But far away, in a small, silent room, someone else watched. Ada. She looked thinner now. Her hair no longer shone. The rich man she left for? He dumped her 3 years ago. Another younger woman replaced her. Now she sat on the cold floor, watching her daughter's face on a tiny TV. And her ex-husband smiled beside her. She wept all night. The next morning, she packed a nylon bag and began walking to the address she heard on TV. It was a big gate. Black, polished, heavy. "Good afternoon. Please, tell them Ada is here." "Ada, who?" Chaik came out, stunned. Nora stood behind him, grown, elegant, calm. "Please? I've suffered. I didn't know. Forgive me. Life punished me more than you ever could. You left a family to chase fantasy. But real love doesn't ride in SUVs, it walks barefoot when necessary. We will never forget what you did. But we've healed, and we've grown." They gave her food, clean clothes, and a small apartment to start over. But they didn't let her back into their lives. Some doors, when shut, never open the same way again. She chased gold and left diamonds behind. But what she forgot is that time doesn't wait for those who walk away. If this story moved you, don't forget to follow, like and subscribe, share and comment interesting story in the comments.